This will happen in 1 hour. Someone will give you a surprise in your life. God says, don't take this as a joke. If you skip it, you will cry, so listen carefully within the next 10 seconds. The hour has already begun moving. Heaven is already in motion while you're reading these very words. This is not a light message or a passing thought to brush aside. This is a divine moment marked for your life. The voice of God is calling you out of delay, out of fear, out of confusion, and into something so precise and unexpected that it will change the atmosphere around you. God is not just whispering, He is declaring something over your life right now. A breakthrough that has been held back for years is already unfolding. This isn't about luck or chance. This is about divine alignment. A holy interruption is about to take place. You didn't come across this by accident. You've been marked by heaven. This moment was written in your story long before you even knew what to ask for. If you feel a pull in your spirit as you hear this, take a step of faith and comment, Amen, right now. Someone will give you a surprise in your life. This means a divine encounter is near. Something or someone is about to enter your life carrying the blessing you didn't know how to pray for, the answer you were too tired to expect, and the confirmation that God has been listening all along. God is not playing with your emotions. He is stirring something deep in your heart because He knows what has been buried under the weight of waiting. There's a gift coming, wrapped not in paper but in mercy. It is a surprise because you will not see it coming in the way you expected. It may look ordinary on the outside but carries supernatural favor on the inside. This is why you must not take this lightly. This is not entertainment. This is spiritual preparation. Your heart needs to be open. Your spirit needs to be awake. You are not just watching something, you are receiving something. Every second that passes is drawing you closer to the hour marked for your shift. The old doors will shut without noise, and the new ones will swing wide open with divine clarity. You will not have to force them. God is doing what you cannot do with your hands. This will be His surprise, not man's invention. If your heart is hoping quietly, comment 1111 to affirm you believe something is already moving. Do not mistake the silence you have been walking through as absence. God has been watching. He has seen the tears, the questions, the days you held on by a single thread. He has not overlooked you. He has not bypassed you. What feels sudden to you has been growing behind the scenes. The surprise will not come because you are lucky. It will come because you are loved. It will be a reflection of His faithfulness, not your perfection. You didn't miss it. You're right on time for it. You didn't ruin it. God has restored it. This is why He says, don't take this as a joke. Because many will hear this and scroll past it, numb to hope, tired of hearing promises that feel delayed. But for those who lean in with their heart, for those who dare to believe again, for those who listen in faith, there will be no regret. Those who mock the message will miss the miracle. But those who honor the moment will step into something greater than understanding. They will feel it in their spirit before they see it in their reality. There is a reward for those who still trust when it doesn't make sense. There is beauty waiting on the other side of this hour. God is not a man that He should lie. He is not limited by human deadlines. When He speaks, heaven moves, and the earth must follow. If this message has already stirred something in your heart, please like this video so more people don't miss what God has in store for them. This is not about instant gratification. This is about immediate alignment. There are things that will shift in the next hour that you may not see fully until days later, but they will begin now. The release has already been signed in the Spirit. The surprise has already been scheduled in heaven. You don't have to do anything to earn it, but you must not dismiss it. Don't scroll past the thing you've been praying for simply because it looks unfamiliar or sounds too bold. God's ways are higher. His timing is perfect. His favor is unexplainable. When God says someone will give you a surprise, He is not only talking about material things. Sometimes the surprise is peace after chaos, clarity after confusion, healing after pain, or a divine connection that changes everything. Sometimes the surprise is restoration where you expected loss, strength where you were breaking, or a yes where the world told you no. Sometimes it's a new beginning where you only saw endings. Do not box in what God is trying to release. Be open, be ready, be still and let your spirit receive. If you trust that this surprise will come with God's timing and not man's, comment 222 right now. God says, if you skip this, you will cry. This is not meant to scare you. It's a cry of urgency from the heart of your Father. He knows how close you are to giving up. He knows how the enemy has been trying to whisper lies in your ear. He knows the weight you carry that no one else sees. He's not trying to frighten you. He's trying to protect you. He doesn't want you to miss your hour of visitation. He doesn't want you to walk away from your turning point. He doesn't want you to ignore the moment where everything could begin to change. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. Listen carefully, not just with your ears but with your spirit. The message may sound like words, but it carries weight. The kind of weight that shifts destinies, that turns hearts back to God, that revives the dreams you buried. What's coming will make you cry, not tears of pain but tears of awe. God is about to remind you that He was with you the whole time. He is going to prove to your weary heart that waiting was not in vain. He is going to use the surprise to draw you closer, to reveal more of Himself, to anchor you in His presence. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are not too late. You are right where you need to be for God to do what only He can do. Let this message sink into your soul like living water. Let every doubt be silenced. Let every fear be quieted. Let every whisper of defeat fall to the ground. This is not a coincidence. This is God's appointed time for you. Hold on. Stay open. Watch how heaven moves when God speaks. Every delay you've faced, every detour you've taken, every tear you've cried in secret has not been for nothing. It has all led to this moment where God steps in and shows you that nothing was wasted. You didn't miss it. You're not disqualified. You're still chosen. There's something God is doing right now in the realm you cannot see, and it's being done for you. Not because you got everything right, but because His love for you never left. He has been quietly setting up a surprise that will speak louder than all your fears, louder than your disappointments, louder than the opinions of people who doubted your journey. This surprise will carry His fingerprints, not just to bless you, but to remind you of who He is. The one who still parts seas, the one who still makes a way where there is none, the one who still brings water out of dry ground and breathes life into what looked dead. If your heart feels this, and you believe God is aligning something in your favor, comment 333 to declare your faith. The word surprise might sound soft, but what's coming is not small. It may come quietly, but it will echo loudly through the rest of your life. It might arrive in the form of a conversation, an open door, a breakthrough you didn't even know how to ask for, but its impact will shake the very foundation of where you've been stuck. You will not be able to explain it by logic. You won't be able to trace it back to your own effort, because what's coming is marked by grace. This surprise is heaven's response to prayers you thought were unanswered. It is a reward for every time you kept going when quitting felt easier. It is a release after the waiting, a calm after the storm, a promise fulfilled. God never forgets what he promises. Even when it feels silent, he is not still. He is always working, always weaving, always watching. The moment your heart broke, he caught every tear. The nights you were too tired to pray, he still stood by you. The times you doubted your worth, he whispered truth into your soul. This surprise is not just about blessing you. It's about restoring your faith in the goodness of God. It's about proving to your soul that he never left, even when the road got long and your spirit grew weary. You are not invisible. You are not forsaken. Heaven sees you. There are seasons where it feels like nothing is changing, where prayers echo back with silence, where breakthrough feels distant. But God is faithful in the silence. He is present in the stillness. He is moving when it looks like nothing is shifting. And now, in this hour, something is being released because you didn't stop believing. Maybe your faith wasn't loud, maybe it was just barely a whisper, but it was still faith. God honors the mustard seed. He honors the ones who worship when they have no answers, the ones who show up when they feel empty, the ones who trust with trembling hands. This surprise is for you. If your spirit agrees and you are ready to receive what God has for you, comment 555 in faith. What you thought was the end is only the beginning. You were never meant to stay in the place of survival. God is shifting you into a season of revival. You're going to feel joy again. You're going to see doors open that no man can shut. You're going to receive clarity in areas that have been foggy for years. You're going to be surrounded by favor that makes no sense to the world. And when the surprise comes, you will not question if it was from God. You will know, because only he could have written the story this way. There's someone being positioned right now to step into your life with the very thing God has assigned them to carry. This could be a helper, a friend, a divine connection, someone who will speak something that breaks open everything. Don't try to guess who it is. Don't overthink how it will happen. Just stay open, because God doesn't need your understanding, only your surrender. This surprise may come when you least expect it, but it will carry the timing of heaven. It will show up when it's needed most, not a second too early or too late. God's timing is always strategic. He never rushes, and he never fails. You have been praying, waiting, hoping, and at times feeling like you've been forgotten, but this is your confirmation that you've been heard. Heaven has not overlooked your pain. The angels have not ignored your prayers. The Lord has not abandoned your dreams. In fact, he's been shaping them into something better than you imagined. Sometimes the wait was not punishment, but protection. Sometimes the delay was not denial, it was divine preparation. And now, the fullness of time is arriving. God is saying, stay ready. Keep your heart soft. Keep your spirit in alignment. This is the hour of unexpected visitation. The blessing that's coming won't be because you chased it, but because you remained. You didn't bow to bitterness. You didn't surrender to fear. You didn't let go when everything said to quit. That kind of faith stirs heaven. That kind of endurance shakes the gates of hell. And that kind of heart is exactly the kind God pours his glory into. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. If you believe that God is doing something you didn't see coming, that your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered, that grace is rewriting your story in this very hour, then stand still and stay anchored. Don't go looking for signs in the world. Look for confirmation in your spirit. Peace will be your signal. Favor will follow it, and the surprise will arrive not to impress you, but to transform you. This is why the warning was so strong. This is why the urgency was clear. Because this is not an ordinary moment. This is an appointed hour. You're being asked not to just hear this, but to believe it, to receive it, to expect it. The greatest shift often begins with the smallest sign. Do not despise it. Do not brush it off. What you carry after this moment will be heavier in purpose, but lighter in burden, because it will be carried with grace. The breakthrough has been sent with your name written on it, and no hand can interfere with what God has assigned to reach you. What is meant for you will not pass you by. What has been anointed for your restoration cannot be blocked. The surprise is not coming as a favor from man, but as a divine declaration that God is still the author of your story. For too long, you've carried burdens that others couldn't see, battled battles that exhausted your strength, and waited for answers that seemed silent. But the silence was not abandonment, it was preparation. God has been working while you were weeping. He has been arranging what you couldn't fix. The surprise He promised is not just a moment, but a shift. It is a change in direction, a lifting of the weight, a fulfillment of the promise. He is moving things out of the way and moving things into place. He is rearranging the pieces that looked broken into something whole again. If you can feel this word deep in your heart, comment 1212 to stand in agreement with heaven. This surprise is not an event, it's an encounter. An encounter with God's mercy, an encounter with God's favor, an encounter that realigns your destiny with divine order. You've been surviving season after season, but now comes the shift into thriving. You've walked through fire, and yet you were not consumed. You felt forgotten, but you were always held. The hand of God has never lifted from your life. He was with you in the silence, and He will be with you in the celebration. Every struggle has been accounted for. Every night of tears has been remembered. Every moment of choosing to trust God, even when nothing made sense, has been weighed in heaven, and now comes the moment when the reward begins to flow, not as a transaction, but as an act of love. Because your Father is good, because His heart is tender toward you, because His mercy is rich and His faithfulness never ends. This surprise will not be random. It will be personal. It will touch the part of you that needed to know God still sees, God still hears, and God still responds. You won't just witness the blessing, you will feel the embrace of God through it. The way it arrives will speak to your spirit in a language that only heaven knows how to speak. It will remind you that you are deeply known, deeply seen, and deeply loved. There are people who laughed at your hope, who misunderstood your faith, who said nothing would ever change for you. But God is not answering them, He is answering you. He is answering the prayers you whispered in weakness, the ones you prayed while wiping your own tears, the ones you barely had words for. Those quiet prayers mattered. They were heard. They were planted in sacred soil, and now the harvest is coming. The enemy tried to convince you that it was over, that you missed it, that you failed too much, that you waited too long. But the devil is a liar, and the voice of the Lord is louder. God says it begins now. He says the surprise will break every lie spoken over your life. It will tear through the darkness that tried to stay. It will expose the truth that God's plans for you were never cancelled. They've only just begun. If you know that something is shifting even though you can't see it yet, comment 777 to confirm your trust in the process. This is the moment where you learn what it means to receive from heaven without earning it. This is where you watch the grace of God carry you farther than your effort ever could. You will walk into rooms that feel like home, even though you've never been there before. You will find yourself in places that once felt impossible. You will encounter peace where there used to be panic, and strength where there was once survival. What's coming isn't just a better opportunity. It's divine evidence that God restores, that He repays, that He elevates in His time and His way. What's ahead of you will not mirror the past. You will not circle the same pain. You will not repeat the same battles. You are stepping into a new season, not because you forced it, but because you followed faithfully. God is promoting the hearts that remained pure when it would have been easier to give up or grow bitter. There are doors you didn't knock on that will swing open. There are answers you didn't expect that will show up with clarity. There are connections you didn't ask for that will feel like divine appointments. And it won't be because you deserved it more than others, but because God has chosen this time, this hour, to release the next chapter of your life. You've waited, you've walked, you've prayed, you've endured. And now God says, watch. Watch what I do. Watch how I turn mourning into joy. Watch how I redeem the time. Watch how I turn the enemy's plans into stepping stones for your blessing. Watch how I surprise you with a grace that restores what you thought you lost forever. If your heart is open and you're standing in agreement with what God is about to release, comment 999 and stay in position. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. Stay in position. Don't rush ahead. Don't look back. Keep your eyes on God. The hour is not finished. The moment is still unfolding. The surprise may come when the day feels ordinary. It may come in a conversation, in a call, in a moment of stillness. It may be wrapped in simplicity, but it will carry the signature of heaven. You'll know it when it comes. You'll feel it settle into your spirit like peace. You'll see it shine light into the dark corners of your heart. You'll hear the whisper that says, I told you I was coming. This is your hour. Not for chaos, not for confusion, but for clarity and comfort, for confirmation and covering, for grace and glory. God is not teasing your heart. He is training your faith. And now, He is rewarding your faithfulness. What's coming to you is not a leftover blessing, it's a miracle marked by mercy. It is not a recycled answer, but a new thing birthed out of the heart of God for you and only you. There is a surprise on its way, and it carries healing in places you didn't even realize were broken. This is not just about receiving something, it is about becoming someone. Becoming whole again, becoming rooted again, becoming restored, reawakened, and realigned with the truth of who God has called you to be. This surprise is not about what you achieve, but about what God reveals. He is revealing your identity again, not based on what you've lost, but based on who you've always been in His eyes. If your heart is ready for that kind of transformation, take a moment and comment 1010 to declare your agreement. You have been hidden for a reason, not to be forgotten, but to be preserved. Not to be overlooked, but to be protected. God has been shaping your heart while the world didn't notice. He's been preparing you in secret for a moment that will be seen by many. The surprise is not only about what is coming to you, but what is about to be revealed through you. There is a light in you that the darkness tried to bury, a voice in you that the silence tried to shut down, but God is about to show you why it had to happen the way it did. Every delay was part of the preparation. Every closed door was part of the alignment. Every no you received was a yes in disguise, a divine redirection so that your feet would land exactly where His promise could meet you. You didn't miss it. You weren't too late. You weren't too broken. You were being made ready. You were being positioned in faith so that you would recognize the blessing when it came. You were being built to carry the surprise, not just celebrate it. The miracle you're about to witness is not meant to be a temporary high. It is meant to shift the atmosphere of your life. It will not only touch your circumstances, but it will touch the roots of your soul. It will breathe fresh air into the places that have grown dry from waiting. You will feel life again. You will feel joy return in places you thought were numb. This is not about returning to what was, but stepping into what is greater. God is not asking you to be perfect to receive this. He's asking you to be open. He's not requiring you to have it all together. He's asking you to trust that He's already gone ahead of you. There's something holy about surrendering what you don't understand and still choosing to believe. That kind of faith moves heaven. That kind of trust invites divine surprises that man cannot create. There is a turning happening in the unseen. There is a shift in the spiritual ground beneath your feet. You may not feel it yet, but it is already happening. The foundations are being rebuilt. The oil is beginning to pour. The season of drought is breaking. The places that have felt silent will begin to speak again. You will begin to see the signs before the full picture arrives. The atmosphere around you will begin to confirm what your spirit already knows, that God is near, and the surprise is closer than you think. If you feel the confirmation in your heart, comment 1515 and stay positioned in faith. When the surprise comes, it will not bring confusion. It will bring peace. It will not add pressure. It will bring rest. It will not demand from you. It will restore you. Because what comes from God never adds sorrow. It never steals your strength. It never competes with your peace. It multiplies grace. It brings clarity. It draws you closer to Him. That's how you'll know it's from Him, because it will not take you away from Him, it will return you to Him. You are not waiting in vain. You are not standing for nothing. Every moment you kept believing, even with a tired heart, has been building something in the heavenlies. Every prayer, even when whispered, has been echoing through the throne room of God. You were never praying into empty space. You were sending petitions straight into the presence of the One who sees everything. Now, the hour of fulfillment is near. The surprise is not delayed. It is right on schedule. It will not come early and find you unready. It will not come late and find you defeated. It will come right when your heart is still holding on, right when your spirit is still listening. God will not let you miss what He has sent for you. He has written your name on this season. He has sealed the blessing with His promise. This is the kind of surprise that reaches into your past and heals it, touches your present and transforms it, and speaks into your future and secures it. It is the kind that only God can give, the kind that leaves no doubt, no fear, and no regret. What's ahead will be sweeter than what you've lost. What's coming will remind you that He has never failed, never changed, never forgotten. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. If you are still believing, still standing, and still expecting, you are in perfect position for this release. The wind is beginning to blow in your direction. The clouds that once hovered are parting. Light is breaking through. And in this hour, you will not be left out. You will not be skipped. You will not be overlooked. You will be seen, known, and blessed. Stay open, keep listening, keep expecting. Let your heart prepare for the joy that's on its way. The surprise will meet you soon, And when it does, you will understand why the wait had to happen, why the pain had a purpose, and why God had to be the one to write this part of your story. There is no one else who could have done it like this. There is no power that could have loved you through it all the way He has. The surprise that is about to enter your life is not only a blessing, it is a reminder that God has always been working behind the scenes, building something beautiful from everything that tried to break you. This is not just about receiving something unexpected. It is about walking into something that was always yours, prepared in heaven, protected in silence, and released in divine timing. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where God needs you to be for this to happen. He waited for this hour to arrive because your heart is now ready, ready to carry what is coming without fear, ready to believe again without hesitation, ready to receive without apology. There is no shame in what you lost. There is no guilt in how long it took. There is only grace now. And this grace is bringing a gift you could never earn and never explain. If you believe that you are ready to receive it, comment 1717 to affirm that your spirit is open and willing. God's timing has always been more perfect than your plans. You may not have understood the seasons you had to walk through. The pain may have felt unnecessary. The silence may have felt cruel. But God was not withholding anything out of punishment. He was preparing the soil. He was making sure the roots would go deep before the fruit appeared. He was protecting what He planned to give you, so that when it finally arrived, it would last. The surprise that's coming is not a distraction. It's a deliverance. It's not something temporary to comfort you for a moment. It's something eternal to strengthen you for the journey ahead. You're not just about to feel better, you're about to be made whole. You're not just about to be surprised by what shows up. You're about to be transformed by what God does in your heart when it comes. This will happen in 1 hour. That hour is still active, still holy, still unfolding. Heaven does not operate on earthly clocks, but heaven does honor faith. And your faith, even when quiet and tired, is enough to pull miracles into motion. God honors the one who still hopes. He hears the heart that whispers, "I still trust you," even when the pain hasn't left. He sees the one who keeps showing up, even after everyone else has walked away. And to that one, to you, He is saying, get ready. The hour is still open. The blessing is still moving. The surprise is still coming. This is not a random word. It is a direct message from the heart of God to your heart. You have asked Him if He still remembers you. You have wondered if maybe He changed His mind about your story. But He has not. His plans are still good. His favor is still on you. His hand is still holding you, and His Spirit is still speaking. You don't need to try to figure out how it will happen. You just need to stay in the place of expectation. Miracles do not arrive by logic, they arrive by faith. If you know deep inside that something is changing right now, even before your eyes can see it, comment Amen and stay standing in that belief. There are angels moving around you right now, shifting things in your favor. Doors are being unlocked that were once sealed shut. Paths are being cleared that were once covered in confusion. The voice of the Lord is going ahead of you, preparing conversations, preparing connections, preparing divine interruptions that will lead you right into what He has promised. You don't need to fight for it. You only need to believe it. And as this surprise comes, it will carry more than one answer. It will bring restoration in layers. Peace to your mind, healing to your heart, strength to your spirit. It will remind you that God doesn't just meet needs, He exceeds them. He doesn't just fix things, He transforms them. He doesn't just show up, He overtakes darkness with light. You've seen small moments of grace before, but this hour will show you what it means when heaven pours itself out completely. This is the kind of miracle that rewrites everything, the kind that others will see and say, only God could have done that. You won't have to convince anyone. You won't have to explain. The evidence of His power will speak for itself. And in the quiet places of your soul, you will finally feel that peace that no storm can shake. You will finally exhale, not in fear, but in freedom. If you're still expecting, still open, still holding on, even with trembling hands, you are in the perfect place to receive. God does not need your strength, He just wants your surrender. He doesn't expect you to have the perfect response. He only asks that you make room in your heart. Just a little room. Just enough space for Him to move, to surprise, to show you that He is still the God of miracles. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. You may not know how the surprise will come. It could be a message, a moment, a breakthrough in your health, your family, your finances, or your calling. It may come through someone you least expect, or at a time you had stopped watching. But when it arrives, you will feel heaven's presence in it. You will know that this is not random, this is personal, this is not for everyone, this is for you. Do not lose heart, do not give up now. You are closer than you think. The spiritual resistance you felt is proof that something is near. The attacks, the delays, the exhaustion, they all came because the enemy saw what was being released. But the enemy is already defeated. His time is up. The power of God is rising stronger in your life than ever before. You are stepping into an hour of grace, covered by His presence, filled with His mercy. Let your soul stay in posture. Let your heart keep hoping, because this is still happening. Heaven has not changed its mind. The promise is still yours. The blessing is still on the way. And the surprise is still coming to your life. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's the real move of God, tailored just for you. The surprise that is making its way into your life has already been sealed in God's faithfulness and wrapped in His perfect timing. You are not waiting for something random to appear. You are walking towards something that has already been finished in the Spirit. What you are about to witness is the physical arrival of something God already decided would be yours. This moment matters more than you realize. It may feel quiet on the outside, but in the Spirit there is movement. There is activity. There are whispers of breakthrough being spoken over your name. What's coming is not ordinary. It is not the result of luck or good timing. It is supernatural. It has been preserved for you through the battles you thought you wouldn't survive. This surprise is not a reward for your perfection. It is a response to your persistence, your endurance, your worship in the wilderness, and your trust when everything around you said to give up. If your spirit feels the nearness of this breakthrough, comment 222 as a declaration that you are standing in agreement with the timing of heaven. This is the hour where something breaks. Not in a destructive way, but in a redemptive way. This is where fear begins to lose its grip. This is where hopelessness starts to fade. This is where the narrative of your life begins to change direction, not because of what you did, but because of who God is. He is still the God who comes through when the oil runs out. He is still the one who steps into impossible situations and brings light into the darkest moments. The surprise may come wrapped in something small, but it will carry massive glory. Do not underestimate the simplicity of how God moves. It might arrive through a gentle word, an unexpected opportunity, or an unexplainable peace that settles your heart and makes it clear that God has come near. You won't need to force it. You won't have to chase it. What's meant for you is moving toward you with divine speed and unstoppable grace. You are not being left behind. You are not being skipped. You are not being punished. What felt like silence was really God preparing a perfect alignment. He wasn't withholding. He was protecting. He was making sure that when it arrived, it would fit your life in a way that would make you cry tears of joy and not sorrow. He's that specific. He's that intentional. He's that good. The surprise that is coming will restore your vision. It will remind you of dreams you buried. It will bring color back into places that turned gray from disappointment. It will cause you to lift your head again, not in pride, but in quiet wonder. Because when God moves, it humbles you, it softens you. It reminds you of the beauty of His love, and the way He never forgets, never gives up, never turns away. If you've been barely holding on, this is your confirmation that you were never alone. That hour of release is here, and it is not passing by. God knows how to find you, even if you're tired, even if you're doubting, even if you're afraid to believe again. He knows how to speak directly to your heart in ways no one else can, and that's what this moment is. It's His voice, reaching out to the places in you that still ache, still long, still hope. The surprise will be greater than what you asked for. It will not just meet a need, it will go beyond it. It will settle things you didn't know how to explain. It will calm storms you thought you had to live with. It will open doors you stopped knocking on. And when it comes, you will not feel pressure to perform. You will feel peace. Because this is not something you have to hold together. This is something God will sustain by His grace. If you're still reading, it means your spirit is listening, and your heart is open. Stay here. Don't let doubt pull you back. Don't let fear shut your heart again. Keep that space open for God to move, because when the hour of release comes, it doesn't just change one thing, it shifts everything. It touches relationships. It heals emotional wounds. It restores the years that felt stolen. It redeems time that felt wasted. You are about to walk into a testimony, one that will not only bless your life, but encourage the lives of those around you. People who watched you endure without complaining. People who saw you stay quiet when you were hurt. People who didn't know how much you were carrying in silence. They will see the blessing. They will witness the surprise. And they will say, "Only God could have done this. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long?" A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. The presence of God has been going ahead of you, removing the wrong voices, clearing the confusion, and preparing you to walk into what has always been meant for you. The surprise may look like an open door. It may look like divine protection. It may look like an unexpected yes. But whatever form it takes, it will feel like home in your spirit. It will carry peace. It will echo with confirmation. It will affirm everything God has ever whispered to your heart. If your soul is agreeing right now, if something in you feels this as truth, comment Amen and hold tight to this promise. This is not the end. This is not as good as it gets. This is the middle of the story, and God is turning the page. He's not repeating old chapters. He's writing something brand new. And the surprise you're about to receive is part of that newness. It's the sign that the season of survival is giving way to a season of thriving. It's the moment where what felt impossible becomes visible. You are going to laugh again. You are going to rest again. You are going to dream again. And you won't have to force any of it. It will come naturally because it is being breathed into existence by the Spirit of God. The same God who kept you alive during the drought is now bringing the rain. The same God who sustained you in the waiting is now pouring out the answer. So stay ready, stay open, stay close to His voice. Don't let the noise of the world distract you. Don't let your past talk you out of what God is trying to bring into your life. The hour is not over. The surprise is still on its way. And when it comes, everything will make sense. Not because you figured it out, but because He showed up and proved that His word never returns void. You are not being lifted into a temporary high. You are being rooted into a season of sustained favor, and the surprise that is on its way is carrying the seal of God's promise over your life. It will touch the deepest places of your story and bring closure, peace, and direction where you once felt only confusion. You have been walking faithfully, sometimes quietly, sometimes painfully, but always holding on. Maybe no one noticed the nights you laid awake, wondering when it would finally be your turn, but God did. He saw every silent prayer, every tear that never fell because you swallowed it in strength. And now, His response is coming wrapped in something so unexpected that you'll feel the shift before you even fully see it. This is more than breakthrough. It is confirmation. It is divine assurance that your waiting was not wasted. If you know that your heart has been quietly expecting something you couldn't explain, comment Amen and stay rooted in that belief. There is power in this moment. It is filled with the evidence of God's faithfulness. And while it may not look dramatic on the outside, something is moving beneath the surface of your life. God is answering in ways you didn't know how to ask for. He's not just answering what you've prayed aloud, He's answering what your heart couldn't put into words. The surprise will come like a sudden rain after a long drought. It will not just refresh you, it will cleanse the pain, restore what's broken, and breathe new life into your soul. You may not have the details of how it will happen, but that's exactly why it's a surprise. It comes when your guard is down, when your strength feels low, when your expectation feels fragile. That's when God moves, because He wants you to know it was never about your effort. It was always about His mercy, His grace, His promise. This hour carries more than just timing. It carries purpose. Every minute has been woven with heaven's design. This surprise will not come to distract you. It will come to awaken you. You will begin to feel things again that you had given up on. Joy that used to feel distant will suddenly feel near. Hope that once felt heavy will begin to rise with ease. The bitterness that tried to linger will lose its grip. Because the presence of God, when it fills a moment, brings everything into alignment. His presence settles what was shaken. It restores what was stolen, and it reveals what you are truly worth in His eyes. If you feel like you are ready to be restored, to be made whole, to be reminded of who you are in Him, comment 1111 as a sign of your faith. You are not invisible to heaven. You are not invisible to heaven. Your name is known. Your tears have been counted. Your heart has been watched with tenderness. And this surprise that is coming is heaven's way of saying, I never forgot about you. It's not just about fixing a situation, it's about God reminding you that He is still involved in the details of your life. Even when others overlooked you, even when you overlooked yourself, He remained. There is divine orchestration at work right now. Things you thought were falling apart were actually falling into place. Doors that closed were actually shielding you from paths that weren't meant to hold your calling. Relationships that ended were not rejections, they were redirections. Delays were not denials, they were divine pauses, so you would be present for what was truly yours. And now, the surprise is moving. It is no longer a future hope, it is a present promise. It is walking into your life in real time, and your heart will recognize it when it arrives. You will not have to question it, because it will carry peace. It will carry the presence of God, and it will carry answers to questions you stopped asking. This isn't just about a good moment, it's about a good father. A father who sees the beginning and the end, and everything in between. A father who chose you long before you were ever aware of his love. He has never taken his eyes off of you. And this surprise is not a random blessing, it is a signature of his goodness, a mark of his nearness, a reminder that he is still the same God who rescued you before, and he is doing it again. If your soul is stirring with this word, and you feel the truth settling in your spirit, comment 555 to seal your agreement with God's timing. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. The next few days may feel ordinary, but don't be fooled by the quiet. Heaven doesn't need noise to move. The most life-changing miracles often arrive wrapped in simplicity. One conversation, one message, one moment of favor, one act of obedience. That's all it takes for your whole life to shift. God doesn't need a crowd. He just needs your heart to stay open. Keep your eyes open. Stay present. Watch how things begin to fall into place without your effort. That's when you'll know God is doing it, not because of your striving, but because of His sovereignty. You'll begin to see small signs, little shifts, confirmations that this is not just another word, it is a fulfillment in motion. And when it comes, you'll look back and realize why the wait had to be so long. You'll understand why certain things didn't work out. You'll thank God for the doors He closed, for the people He removed, for the places He didn't allow you to go. Because what He was preparing required space. It required surrender. It required time. But now, the time is here. You are going to see what you've only sensed. You are going to hold what you've only hoped for. And when you do, your spirit will testify that this was never just a wish. It was a word from God that carried you through the darkest nights and brought you into the promise of morning. This is the weight of God's promise resting upon you. It's not loud, it's not flashy, but it is real, it is steady, it is sure. The surprise that is coming into your life is no longer just an idea waiting in heaven, it is in motion, and it's headed toward you with a pace that will overtake you in peace. You have waited with tears, you have stood through storms, you have believed even when you had no strength to keep believing, and heaven has recorded every moment. The surprise will not just comfort you, it will restore your confidence in the goodness of God. You will not only see change, but you will feel safe again. You will feel seen again. You will be reminded, not with words, but with the undeniable presence of God's love wrapping itself around your life like a warm covering on a cold night. If you feel this word is confirming something deep inside you, take a moment to comment 333 and stay connected in faith. The kind of surprise God brings is the kind that answers 100 questions all at once. It's the kind that fills gaps that years of struggle left behind. You won't need to pretend anymore. You won't need to carry the weight of what's been silently breaking you. Because what's coming will bring freedom that runs deep. This won't just bless you temporarily. It will shift you into a season where your soul breathes again, where your mind rests again, and where your spirit begins to sing again. There's a reason God's voice spoke so urgently. There's a reason you were warned not to skip this moment. Because the hour is holy, the promise is alive, And the surprise that's coming carries more than breakthrough. It carries divine clarity. It carries answers. It carries grace that will silence every lie that told you you'd never recover, never succeed, never heal, never be chosen. This is not just a good thing happening to you. This is a God thing unfolding for you. He is stepping in where no one else could. He is reaching into places that no one else understood. And what he is doing cannot be undone by people, by doubt, or even by your past. His plan is already in motion, and he will complete what he started. The favor that is falling over your life right now is quiet but powerful. You might not feel it yet, but it's already been released. Angels have already gone before you. The path is being cleared. The answer is being delivered. The doors are being prepared to open, and you are about to see that God's word never returns empty. If you believe the favor is already surrounding you, even if your eyes can't see it yet, comment 999 and rest in that truth. Every part of your journey has been accounted for. The heartbreak, the delay, the seasons where you had no explanation for your pain, all of it has been seen and measured by a God who works through everything. Nothing has been wasted. Not one moment of your life has been outside of his view. And now he is taking every broken piece, every unanswered question, every tired prayer, and he is shaping it into a testimony that will echo through your life for years to come. You are not waiting on man. You are waiting on a miracle. And miracles never come late. They come when your heart is positioned, not when the calendar says it's time. That's why God has been working more on your heart than your situation. Because he knows that when the surprise arrives, it's your heart that will carry it, protect it, and give glory back to him through it. You may feel unqualified. You may feel like you've failed too much. But grace doesn't ask for perfection. Grace meets you right where you are. Grace fills the gaps. Grace covers the shame. Grace steps in where performance falls short. And the surprise that's on its way is carried by that same grace. It will not come because you earned it. It will come because he loves you too much to let you stay in the place of survival. You are not here by mistake. You were drawn into this message because heaven had something to say to you. You were pulled in because the timing of this word is connected to the timing of your breakthrough. Every part of your being is being prepared for something beautiful. And soon, you will walk into a moment that changes everything. Not slowly, not in pieces, but all at once. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. The surprise will come with no warning. You'll wake up one day and everything will feel different. Something in your spirit will feel lighter. The tension will ease. The confusion will lift. And then it will arrive. The answer, the connection, the opportunity, the blessing. And when it does, you will not question whether it's from God. You will know it by the peace it brings, by the tears it causes, by the healing it carries. If you're still holding on with hope, even if your heart is tired, comment Amen as a sign that you're ready to receive what heaven is sending. Your name has been mentioned in heavenly places. There is a reason your heart has been stirred lately. There's a reason you've been sensing something is about to change. That is not your imagination. That is the Spirit of God preparing you for what He has already decided is yours. You will not have to compete for it. You will not have to chase after it. You will only need to stay in position and let the miracle find you. You've seen others receive. You've clapped for others while you were still waiting. But now, it's your turn. It's your moment. It's your divine appointment with the favor of God. And He will not let you miss it. No matter how long you've waited, no matter how much you've been through, no matter what others have said, the surprise is still coming. He is still faithful. He is still moving. And He is not finished with you. So breathe, rest, keep your heart open, keep your spirit awake, because what's coming is closer than it has ever been. You're almost there. You've been faithful through fire. You've stayed when everything told you to run. You've held on to belief when the weight of reality tried to pull you under. You didn't fake your strength. You walked through real battles with trembling hands. You woke up with questions and still chose to whisper, "God, I trust you." And for that, heaven has taken notice. The hour you were told about is still alive. It has not passed you by. It is active. It is real. And it is unfolding in ways that only God could orchestrate. If this speaks to your soul, if you know this is for you, comment 777 to stand in faith for the miracle God is sending. The surprise is not coming to fill space in your life. It's coming to fill purpose. It's coming to release healing over years of silence, to restore what time and disappointment tried to take. This is not a one-time blessing. This is a shift in how you see everything. God is about to prove to you that nothing was wasted, not the waiting, not the tears, not even the seasons that felt like failure. All of it was leading here. This surprise is born from the goodness of God, not the effort of man. It is rooted in His kindness. It is flowing from the same heart that carried you through the wilderness. God did not abandon you while you were learning to walk in faith. He held you when you stumbled, and He smiled when you tried again. He heard your prayers, even the ones too painful to say out loud. And He answered in the most beautiful way, with His presence. Now, the answer is coming in form. What was once just a stirring in your spirit will soon be a reality in your life. And it won't just change one area. It will bring renewal to your relationships, clarity to your mind, provision to your needs, and calm to your heart. God never blesses halfway. He pours out. He overflows. He surprises with more than we expect, just because He can, just because He's that good. You've walked through some dark valleys lately, and maybe you thought God had stopped speaking. But silence does not mean absence. Sometimes He says the most when He says nothing. Sometimes He is preparing the answer, not just speaking it. And now that preparation is complete, the silence is about to break with the sound of breakthrough, with the sound of restoration, with the sound of peace coming home to your heart. If you're ready to receive that kind of peace, the kind that reaches into the deepest places of your life, comment 1515 and stay open to what God is doing. You didn't come this far just to come this far. Every battle trained you, every tear softened you, every delay matured your spirit and rooted your faith. You are not who you were when the storm started. You are stronger, you are wiser, you are more grounded in the truth that God does not fail, and because of that, you are ready to carry what He is about to place in your hands.